What is Echo? Echo is a nonprofit. It's an acronym for Empowering Communities Through Humanitarian Outreach. So it's a long name, but we simply echo Christ. So we specialize in bringing medical and dental clinics, pop-up clinics in some of the most isolated places in Latin America. In 2019, it was the first time that I led a team into the Amazon jungle. Never had imagined myself doing something like this. I had done a lot of volunteering at different churches, helping out with VBS, doing kids programs. And growing up, my best friend was Peruvian. And he would always say, hey, let's go to Peru, hang out with my friends and family, my church. We'll do the same stuff we're doing here, but over there. We found ourselves over there and we did the kids program, we did a VBS. His dad's friend said, hey, can you come do this with us in my church? I said, for sure. Where's your church? He said, we're in the middle of the Amazon jungle in Peru. I said, wow, interesting. What do you guys need? And he said, well, what we really need is a medical team, medical help. At the time, I'm 21 years old, have no experience in leading mission teams, no experience in the medical field, no experience leading medical clinics. But nevertheless, I said, okay, let me see what we can do. So I called up a couple of my friends. I said, hey, do you want to go to Peru with me? We're going to do a little event for the kids. I'm trying to put a little team together to do outreach, like a medical outreach. I called another friend. Hey, you just finished your paramedic school. Do you want to go to Peru with me? Excellent. Hey, I called my cousin. Hey, do you want to go to Peru with me? Please bring your doctor friend. Tell him to bring anybody else medical. Excellent. We ended up going about a little team of 8 people into the Amazon jungle. First time there. And we saw God move in a very big way. This was before the nonprofit was established. This was just me and my friends going out to answer a call, a request that our friends had asked for help with. I was blown away with everything that we were seeing in such an isolated place. During one of those days, we're running the clinic. A messenger comes to us and says, hey, I heard you guys have medicine. Can you please come see our chief? He's very sick. We're like, sure, yeah, let's go. Quickly, we got together, a little, like half of the team hopped in the little canoe. We went over there. Sure enough, the chief is there laying on the floor with a little blanket, and we tend to him, pray for him. And he gets up and he feels better, and we tell him, look, Jesus healed you. God healed you. And he's very confused with all of this, kind of, and he's like, interesting. Thank you guys so much. Please come back and teach us about your God. I said, excellent, great. This is my missionary friend. He is going to be here every other month. He will check on you guys. Excellent. We get back on the boat. We're going back, and I'm distracted, listening to the sounds, looking at the birds, looking at everything going on. And I look to my friend, and he's in tears. He's crying. And I'm asking, what happened? Is everything okay? I thought we're having a good day. And he's like, you don't understand. For like the last 4 to 5 years, we've been trying to reach this tribe, and they have been closed doors. Nobody's allowed to land on their beach. And now for the chief to invite us back and teach us about our God was a mountain that was moved that was impossible to be moved. And we saw how God did it easily. Coming back from that really changed my life, because looking back, I was like, wow, God really just used me and my friends to open the doors to an unreached people group. That was never our plan. Like, we could never try to do this, but God did it. And all we can say is glory to God for what he has done. So from there, I put in my 2 weeks notice at where I was working at. And throughout the course of that next year, started the process of starting the nonprofit Echo. I'm very passionate about empowering communities. I always felt that God had placed the people there for a reason, and the solution is the people that are there. We specialize in empowering the locals. So we do youth conferences, we train, we do workshops, we get them ready to travel with us to do missions in their local countries. When we're in Mexico, we have 95% of the team from Mexico. In Central America, 95% of the team from there. But we're very passionate about empowering them to do the work, and we come alongside them and sometimes provide the skill sets that they may not have access to, which is bringing our physicians, bringing our doctors, our dentists, our chiropractors, optometrists, all the different team members that we can, to come and provide to them the highest level of care that we can. Jesus brought holistic healing and introduced them to the Father, told them, go and make disciples, right? So we are very passionate about that. We're working with doctors, working with dentists, working with psychologists, doing biblical counseling, and ultimately introducing them to Jesus Christ. And so we are all the time trying to have someone pray with everybody in the waiting area, doing kids programs during the time that the parents are in the clinic.
So here we are in our clinic. Welcome to our clinic here in Siquemuchi, in Chihuahua. We have the dental area. We have the best dentists ever, Dr. Susie, Dr. Gabi, Dr. Pakistan. And we are really grateful for them because they have been seeing a lot of patients, around like 100 or more patients. And in this area, we have the doctor area, the clinic that we see the sick people. We have beautiful doctors and nurses working with the patients. We have the pharmacy over there, and we have been seeing more than 700 patients. Actually, and outside we have an area for cut the hairs, and we have counselors, and we have people who are doing the most important thing, is share the gospel. And we are really grateful for what the Lord has been doing here in Chihuahua in the mountains. So thank you so much, and God bless you.
My name is Daniel Ibarria. I'm one of the board members of Echo Team, and I'm the medical director. I have the privilege to lead the day-by-day clinics. I'm in charge to run in the pharmacy and to gather the staff that will serve in this community and the missionary trips that we set up in Latin America. I'm confident to say that as Echo Team, we count with an amazing staff. We have medical professionals, general physicians, and even specialists working alongside with us, serving these communities. We also have dental team, an amazing dental team, and psychologists, professionals who give this counseling to the people. We also count with nurses, physical therapists, optometrists who are willing and eager to serve these communities in Latin America. A normal day in one of our clinics starts with inviting people to come over. We mention to them what services we have available for them. One of the things that we do is we diagnose, and we can run some labs on them, some imaging, so we can have a better diagnosis for them. And after that, we have a team also who are doing the most important thing, who is sharing the gospel with them. And with the diagnosis, they pray for them. Sometimes, I'm really excited to say this, we don't have to use medicine because the Lord is there healing them. And we have seen a lot of miracles. Even though that we have all the resources to serve them in a medical way, we have seen the Lord working in a powerful way in these people, because he's doing miracles and he's doing healings. I remember our first medical trip that we brought, and we had only limited resources. And comparing to now, how the Lord has been really gracious, and thank you for your donations. We have had the privilege to serve the people in a high level quality medical care. For instance, one of my favorite things is to see the face on the expecting mothers that they come to us for an ultrasound, and when they see the little face of the babies and the heartbeat, oh my gosh, it's one of the most beautiful things. And we wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't because of our donors, because of you. And we are really grateful for what you are doing.
One of my favorite stories is the story of this little boy in the mountains of Nayarit. We're there running the medical clinics. He comes into our clinic and asks for help. He said the doctor talked with him and realized that he has a liver disease. He has lung problems. He's a very sickly, very weak child. He gets very dizzy running or playing or doing anything. He has to sit down. He's not able to do a lot of things that other healthy kids are doing. And there wasn't a lot that the doctors could do for him, medically speaking. The next morning, he followed us to the top of a little mountain where we had our Devo, and we prayed and we worshiped. And at the end, he came and asked for prayer, and he said, I want you guys to pray for me because I know that your God can heal me. Our team got together and they prayed for him. Later that day, we continued doing the clinic, we continued doing outreach, we had a service, and we had a really long, beautiful worship time at the end. And everybody was singing and praising and dancing and jumping up and down and clapping, and it was a joy-filled moment. And at the front, you saw this little boy singing his heart out and jumping up and down, and he came back and shared that he had always wanted to do that, but his body had never allowed him to worship like that. He had never felt like that before. We realized that after the prayer, God healed him. And he wasn't just healed, but he was filled with joy, filled with life, and he was able to do what he had never been able to do before, that he had been longing to do, which was to have joy, to worship together, to jump up and down and worship it for hours and not get tired. That motivates us so much to continue doing the work, to continue going to these super isolated, tiny villages to find the one that God wants to do a miracle in their life.
What I would like to see with Echo Team is to be able not only to have clinics, but also to bring surgical care. What is next for Echo is to be able to bring surgeons with us, because our goal is to fulfill the medical needs that the people have. But also, I can say that our goal is to bring the gospel to them, to the children, to adults, to all the communities in Latin America. And as Echo Team, we are ready to echo Christ.
And so here we are, celebrating 5 years. We're super excited for what the Lord has done, and how we have grown, where He has taken us. Starting in Houston, we have expanded to Mexico, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras. Last year, we added Nicaragua. We've been in Peru every year the last 5 years. And we're excited for where the Lord will take us. We're praying about expanding to another country this year. Very excited for the future. I think that we have built an incredible momentum, and the Lord has brought us so far to places that we could never imagine. One of the things that I'm very passionate about is bringing medical care, dental care, the gospel to some of the most isolated places. So in order for us to do that, we are planning on splitting our team, multiplying it, empowering more people to come alongside us. In the future, I envision not one Echo Team, but 3, 4, 5 working simultaneously throughout the year. Instead of just doing one trip per month, maybe 3 to 4 trips per month throughout Latin America, and Lord willing, see where we expand to. It blows my mind to think that we have had about 45,000 people that we have impacted directly. And that is a huge number to me, because those people have received the gospel, have received love, has had somebody look into their eyes and ask them, how are you doing? What can we do? Done medical exams, done dental exams, doing all the things, and then reach back and giving them the medication that they cannot afford and say, here, have this is for you, this is free. I don't think it's far-fetched for me to see us having a hospital in the future. I don't think it's far-fetched for us to have mobile medical clinic buses in the future. I don't think that it's out of reach to have simultaneously running teams throughout Latin America. So if you were to ask me, what is the future of ECHO? I would say empowering communities through humanitarian outreach.